Hello and welcome to your first lesson in lips. Now I'm going to start off before we even get close to the makeup to give you a little anatomy and physiology because as you may or may not know, I'm a nurse and that's kind of my go-to. I love the way the body works and the lips are a really cool structure on our face. So first of all, I want you to know our lips are the very beginning of our digestional tract. Sounds super glamorous, doesn't it? But all these borders here that we have along here, they're actually called the vermilion border. Now, if you get close in the mirror and you look, you're gonna see there's almost like well, there is a border. There's a border where it blends from your mucous membranes, which is like the skin on the inside of your lip that's very sensitive, and you can see where it meets up with your regular skin out here. Now, the skin we have on our face is much tougher than the stuff on the inside, and that's why we blend them together on the outside. Now, those are all called your vermilion border, everywhere where your lips meet your skin. Now, we have this little thing right here. It looks like an M kind of, or what they're calling a Cupid's bow. Now, this is where when our mucous membrane, when we were all growing, met up with our skin, but there was like a crease there. So this is essentially our pleat. It's a pleat in our lips where this lip, because it's a triangle, had to meet up, and these, oftentimes people have them more pronounced. It's just how they grew. That's where you get this shape from. It's just essentially a pleat in the mucous membrane when it was meeting up with your skin to make it fit. So that's super cool. Now, our lips are full of muscles, and a couple of tips that are interesting about shape of your lips. Your lips should actually be the same size. Now, what you're gonna see on some people is they may have a more pronounced lower lip, maybe a smaller upper lip, maybe small lips. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have as much lip tissue if they have smaller lips. It's just the way their muscles are working. So an interesting tidbit is if you are somebody who purses their lips like this, or pulls their lips down together, you're actually asking the muscles to pull your lips down, creating a smaller footprint of your lip. Now, if you're somebody who does a lot of lower jaw movement, like this with your lip, this is actually gonna be out more, and it's gonna give you a bigger lower lip. So just think about those things, especially as we get older, how we're using our lips. Our lips are muscles, and they're muscles to start our digestion because our main priority is not to look beautiful, it's to nourish ourselves. And over history, just like women, you've heard probably that women who have red lips are more desirable. That's why they started putting makeup on long, long ago, because that gives that femininity. Well, if your lips are I don't want to say this, the shape of the standard lip, like say you have equal parts, a nice Cupid's bow, your borders are all even. Well, that is supposed to be, you know, where way back in the day, animals are looking, or even now, animals are looking for that perfect female to mate with. Well, that's the same thing with our lips. And over time, we've all evolved. It's all changed. So don't be stressing out if you don't have the perfect lips, but I'm going to show you how to make them look perfect if you don't. But interesting how you can adjust the way that your lips are shaped just by the use of your lips. Now, oftentimes people will line their lips because we want to have a more defined border, because the more defined the border is, the more prominent we can make our lower lip and our upper lip. So get close in the mirror and look at the lining of your lips. You have a very natural shape. Now that's what a lip liner is going to do for you. It's going to really pronounce your vermilion borders and give you that perfect shape. And that's why people put color on their lips. That's where this all started from. So I'm going to show you a couple of simple things that you can do to make your natural features more prominent, because we don't want to cover up what we have, because what we have is us and we are beautiful all by ourselves. But I'm going to show you how to emphasize some of those features that we have if you want them to be a little amped up. So the first thing I'm going to show you, actually, I'm not. I'm going to show you the lip stain first. Now, a lip stain is kind of a foundation layer. That's what I like to think of it as. Now, I use all Younique products, but that doesn't mean you can't go to wherever you buy your makeup and get your own and do any of these techniques and take away this information I'm teaching you and use your products at home. But I'm using Younique's Stiff Upper Lip, and it is in Sappy. This is a fairly neutral color. It's a little pinky. You can wear it every day. It isn't going to make you flashy at all. So it's just enough to give you a nice extra layer of color here. Now, what I feel like a lip stain does for you is it just gives you more depth to the color of your lips. And right now I have nothing on my lips right now. I tried to exfoliate them before this video, get the dry skin off. And you can do that with our lip exfoliator, or you can just do a little scrub brush with your toothbrush. That's fine too. So I'm using the stiff upper lip. And I'm gonna do it in I'm gonna put my mirror up here because it's hard to do it in the phone. So it comes in this little sponge. And I'm gonna do this just to show you how to just do a foundation layer to amp up your color a little bit. And this comes in a range of colors. We have 7 right now, ranging from neutral all the way up to super bold. So this comes on a little sponge. It's great. Now I'm gonna just go around the natural shape of my lips, and you're gonna just see the difference in color. A little up into the Cupid's bow, because the more prominent your Cupid's bow, the more natural your lip actually looks. And people who have had cleft palate, or cleft lip, excuse me, that is actually when they were in utero and this process was forming where the lips were coming out and connecting to the skin, that cleft lip forms because that process just didn't go as expected. So I'm just putting a layer on of color. And as you can kind of see, and you could go out a little further too, but you can see right here that I have like this area, and all of us do to a certain degree. All of this area kind of is still a little, is that part of the lip? Is that part of her skin? And this is what I'm going to teach you with the liner if you are going to go that route. So I like to start with the lip stain. So I have a foundation layer there, and then I'm going to go to a pencil. I'm going to use the Moodstruck Precision Pencil in Posh. That's a lot of P's, isn't it? But it's kind of the closest one, sort of, to this. And I'm just going to do a light layer because I don't want it to be so drastically different. Now, lip stain dries very matte, very dry. So oftentimes, and I'm going to show you after, you can put a layer on top of that to make it more supple. But the lip stain is going to stain the actual skin of your lips so that you have this color all day long. Whereas the lipstick will wipe off. Same with your liner. Your liner will eventually come off. While these are smudge proof, they are not waterproof. So you're going to want to maybe throw this in your purse if you're going to have a really long day, just to do some touch-ups at the end of your day. But the lip stain won't go anywhere. So I'm just going to show you, you're going to just line the bottom of your lip and really make sure that Cupid's bow is pronounced. And you can see this is a little darker than what I have on my lip. You could go lighter. I like to do kind of like a crisscross. So start on one side, go down, start on the other side and go down. And it really kind of emphasizes that V. Right now it looks crazy because it's too much of an emphasis, but I'm going to even that out now. Okay, so now you can really see the shape of my lips. Oops. All right, now that is definitely emphasizing my vermilion border, so you can really see the shape of my lips. And you can see my lower lips out here are a little smaller, and that's okay. So this is just an edge to keep it in. Now at this point you can either put another layer of your lip stain on, or you can continue with your pencil and just blend it in a little bit and do another layer on the inside. And while they're damp, they do blend easier. So if you do press your lips together, you will find you can get it to blend a little bit. So now I have the color evenly on my lips, and I'm picking a color that I was hoping you'd be able to see within the video. So you can go lighter or darker, it's totally up to you. So my lips are defined, and now this is what I like to do if I'm going to use this method, just because I like the feeling of a more supple lip, because I don't love that dry feeling. So lip stains, I really encourage you, if you're ever going to do a lip stain, get a tinted balm to go with it, because the balm is going to keep your lips nice and soft and a little wet looking, and that is just a little bit more attractive. If you're going for that matte look, it's totally fine, and matte lips are amazing. We have a matte lipstick as well that I will show you in another video. But this right here, this is kind of my go-to. It's called the Lip Bonbon. They're amazing. One of the things that, and any of my moms out there, it comes like this. It's actually pretty big. It screws off, and it's very hard case. So your littles aren't gonna open it up and ruin it on you, because you're gonna invest in yourself if you were to get a bonbon. But there's many tinted lip balms on the market. So this, I chose, what is this, chocolate truffle, just because I thought it would look fun together. And if you want to lighten this up a little bit, you just go right over your lips. And you can see that brings everything together. It's a lot more supple looking. It's much nicer on the lips, because the lip liner and the lip stain are not like matte lipsticks, because matte lipsticks are made to kind of move with your lips a lot and be supple, even though they give that matte image. Now, the stain is really, like I said, to stain. The lip liner is to provide that prominent line and the shape of your lip. So those are tools that we're going to use. They're not ever a standalone, although you can use the lip stain as a standalone at any time. It's totally fine. I never consider them all standalones. A lip balm all by itself, absolutely a standalone if you want. A lipstick, fine. I always suggest though, if you're going to lipstick, do a little liner as well to keep that lipstick in place and really provide that prominent line, because when you have that vermilion border that is well defined, your lipstick will not come in and out of it, and it'll still be well defined. So this is lesson 1 with lips. It's really just a little bit of anatomy here and one simple look. So I used 3 products today. I used Stiff Upper Lip, which is our lip stain. It is an all-day wear. If you put it on in the morning, it will be there at the end of your workday. I used our Precision Pencils. I used Posh, and it is smudge proof. And I used our bonbons. These are one of my favorites. They are great as gifts too, because they just last forever. So I topped everything off with a lip bonbon. So here is one lesson in lips. I hope you learned something new.